Okay, welcome guys to a new channel. This is going to be my channel for talking about, sorry, excuse me. This is going to be my channel for discussing price action for precious metals and commodities. That's gold, silver, US oil, so on and so forth. Anyway, let's get into it. Starting with gold on the weekly time frame. This time, let's see if I can move to blue. Yeah, just keeping the theme for each one. So this is the first break of structure, the second break of structure, and we have our current zone. Here, this is our current range. This is the range high and this is the range low. Now if you move down to the daily time frame, what can we see on the daily? On the daily, we had a first break of structure here before price came back to change character at this point, and it turned bearish on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, it is bearish. Now what else can we see here? If we are to look here, let's check out for possible supply zones for price to tap into to continue the sell. This one is a very probable supply zone. This H4 can be used as liquidity. This H4 high range high here. What other zones can we see? Can't really see anything else. Price has already tapped into this zone on the lower time frame zone, and it is currently acting off of it. It's moving from there. So if it doesn't break this level, what we might just see is price maybe making some moves to tap into this place and then start selling down. If it doesn't do that, it could just break it and keep on moving. But overall, this is still a very nice one to watch out for. In the medium term, I don't know if it's coming there anytime soon, but in the medium term, it's a very valid zone to look at. If you go to the H4 time frame, let's check out what happened. On the H4 time frame, we are still in our current range, our current bearish range, and our zones on the H4 time frame are still pretty much valid. Let's see how we can extend this. What else? Let's see how we can extend it. Same as this one. The H4 zone is still looking nice. Yes, this is the time frame, the PO I was talking about, the price is reacting off of. So that is what is happening there. If we are to look for bullish moves, we can see if price will tap into this zone and then react from there. Now we might actually see it reacting from this zone because it's close to this level. So what we'll just have to do is to wait and see if it does give a reaction off of here. We might even, this is one zone here. So what do I think price could do? Price has already tapped into this zone. So what I think price could do, I'm not really sure, is it could just, as it's here now, react off of this place and start a minor upward move until it gets to this zone, and then it starts to change character and we see continuous move to downside to finally clear out this place. Or if it doesn't buy to sell, what we could do is just react off of here and break through the zone and start buying, maybe to seek liquidity or try to see if it can even tap into this zone here and start coming down. But there is also a chance that it just disrespects the zone and breaks it through completely. We'll have to see what happens. On the 1 hour time frame, what are we looking for on the 1 hour time frame? 1 hour time frame is already, we already have a new level here. So it is bullish on the 1 hour time frame, but I really doubt how bullish it can be after this move. This is the new leg here that it should be breaking. The new 1 hour leg, I think this is H4, no longer H4 and H1. So this is the new range on the hourly time frame here. Then going down to the 15-minute time frame. On the 15 minutes, what can we see? Okay, let's look for, sorry, this is not a clean, what is really going on? This could be a very long video. Let's just leave it at that. No, let me bring it down a little bit. I'll just leave it. So on the 15 minutes time frame, this is another one here. We had a break here. What else do we have? Okay, this is another break here. and I think a final break here. So yeah, it's bearish on the 15 minutes time frame. Let's move over to silver. We'll try and see how we can rush this now. We've already taken time. Silver is also bullish on the weekly time frame. Can we get anything from the candles? The candle was bearish, and this one seems to be closing bearish now. Yeah, it might be heading for this FVG here, but let's check the daily time frame. Daily time frame is still bullish. Daily time frame is still bullish, but we've already gone bearish on gold. So let's look for zones that price could react off of. I think this is a very strong zone. Sorry, excuse me. Let me mark it out again. So this looks like a very strong zone, just because it hasn't gone there yet. I think price has already reacted off of this place, even if it hasn't. Okay, it hasn't yet reacted, so this is another zone that price hasn't mitigated. This one is a very small zone, but we don't know. Keep on watching. So these are the zones I'm looking out for on the daily time frame. We'll see how they play out in a few days time. On the 4-hour time frame, is there any structure? Okay, 4-hour time frame is bearish. 4-hour time frame is bearish, and yeah, that's just it for the 4-hour time frame. I can't really find anything here. What you can see is that it's reacting from this zone, which is a valid zone to react off of. That's reacting there. I expect it to just come and clear out this whole place. On the 1-hour time frame, sorry, still managing my phone. On the 1-hour time frame now, we are still in that range. Price has not really done anything, so we are still there. You can see the refinement. If you are taking a trade from the 1-hour time frame, you would have come here and placed your entry, you know. Let's say you're looking for a bearish engulfing. Yeah, after the reaction, place your targets at this level. Quick 1:2 and you're out. But I think that is it. Nothing really serious again. Let's check on the 15 minutes time frame how we can map this out. So on the 15 minutes, let's move this to 1 hour only. So this is 15 minutes break here. This is another 15 minutes here. Minutes, another 15 minutes here, another 15 minutes here, another 15 minutes here. I do hope you guys can see clearly. Let me just zoom in so that you see it more clearly. Yeah, this is it. 15 minutes here, then a change of character at this point. Then price came here, broke structure, 15 minutes. And if you had been looking for a zone, this is a very nice zone. You wait for a reaction here and you look for an engulfing candle, and this is an engulfing candle. Enter this space, place your stop, I think at this point, and you target this level here. Can make it a 1:2. This is another entry on a second engulfing candle. So yeah, that's it. This is the next break of structure. 15-minute break of structure. Can you mark this out? Okay, let's just use this as the next break of structure on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, this is another one, clean break of structure. And yeah, that is it. Okay, let's just mark this out. Minutes break of structure, now a 15 minutes change of character. This is another one here, and this is now change of character back to the downside. So you see how market structure is being fractal. It keeps on moving and it moves to a higher time frame POI and then moves back in line. So that is it, and this should be the new range now. This is another 15-minute break of structure. So this is the new level we'll be looking at for a break if price gets to that point. But yeah, that is it. Let's move over to US oil. Time is really going. We've really spent much of our time here. On the weekly time frame, we'll try and make things quick. On the weekly time frame, it is bullish. On the daily time frame is also bullish. But what zones are we looking at now? Let's use this first. I think this is a strong zone that price is already reacting off of. So as it's reacting from there now, you might see it break this 1 hour level. For the bearish sense, we can't find any supply zones that price could tap into and sell from. So who knows, we might be going back bullish on US oil. On the H4 time frame, the price is still very bearish. This is the new range here. So this is the H4 range. Sorry. This is the H4 range high and this is the range low. Looking for valid zones now. Sorry, excuse me. This one is a valid zone. Here. Another valid zone is also here. But I feel like this could be liquidity for this zone. So we'll just keep on watching. I think that is it. On the H4 time frame. On the 1 hour time frame though, here this one has finally been broken. And the one that broke it was this. So it got a change of character here. And then price came here and broke this level. What am I seeing here? We'll take this line out. Okay, yes. So right now, what are our zones? What are our zones? A possible zone for price to come into and react from should be this one here. Although I don't know how strong it is. Another one is, let's just take this whole place as the zone. This is another zone to look out for. We can even use this as liquidity. So we should be seeing if price can make a tap here and change character and start moving, or comes, takes here as liquidity, you know, taps into it and then changes character and starts moving. We'll see how it keeps on going. On the 15 minutes time frame though, I think on the 15 minutes we should be done. Say this one got broken here. This is going to be a long video. So this is the new range that was broken. We have this one here. This is another break. This is another break. Can use this as another break of structure to the downside that finally caused a change of character to fuel this upward movement. And we had this here. This is another one. I think this one too here. Yeah. Then we have this 15 minutes break. This is another break on 15 minutes time frame. And it just kept on breaking. I hope you guys can understand how I am marking this out. I'm just marking out market structure to get in touch with what is happening in the market. So as we break there, this is the new one here, and this is our new range. We don't really have a range high yet, but we now have a range low. Finally, UK oil. Let us check it out. So weekly is bullish, daily is bearish too. Daily is already bearish. So can I see anything here? Not really. I can't really find any zone. So we'll just keep on going down. On the 4-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame is bearish. So 4-hour time frame is bearish. Let's look for areas to mark out possible supply and demand zones. So one supply zone is here. In fact, let's just give it the whole area. So that's a supply zone. I think this is another supply zone. Yes, those are the two for now. Can't really find any apart from them. Then maybe we can just go with this. Okay, this one has been mitigated, but let's just go with this zone. Finally, on the 1-hour time frame, this is the 1 hour got broken here, and we have another one here. So yes, that is it. Now on the 1-hour time frame, this is our zone. We use this whole candle. This could very well be liquidity, so that's a valid zone. If price does not come there, this is another zone that should be valid, but I will not be entering trades if price is at this point. It's just a zone to watch for, just in case. Finally, on the 15 minutes time frame, okay, let's mark this. 15 minutes here. Do I really need to mark out exactly from this point? Let's just mark from the nearest place. So this was a break, and then price came and changed character here. After that, we had a break of structure to the downside, and then a final break of structure to the downside before price came to change character rather at this point. And after that change, it's just like US oil currently. So this is the new 15-minute low, and that is it. Thank you. You all should like, subscribe. I'll try to continue dropping more videos. We'll see you again later. Turn on your notification button, drop it or to comment. Thank you. Goodbye.